It's not my road trip, it's the EX90's road trip. How do we literally drive it out of the factory, go from one side of the country to the other? When people say, oh, you know, you've just launched the EX90, you're the CEO of the company, what do you think? There's a real genuine call to say, yeah, we drove this car right across the country. You know, I know this car, I drove it for thousands of miles. The second part as well is that, you know, I like driving. And, you know, I think it's harder to find a nicer route with different topologies, you know, as you drive through the different states, different climates, different road surfaces, the different sceneries and so on. And we'll do that with a whole bunch of different people as well in the car. I dip in and out of this project. It's a bit like the old Pony Express, if you will, but in an electric age. But the reason for that is because I go from there, then I go meet with some of the tech partners we've collaborated with on this particular product. Talk to them about what excites them about our car and, you know, how the relationship's going and all that kind of stuff. Having a lot of people involved in the road trip, I think, is really a nod towards the amount of people that it's taken to bring this car to life. And it gives everybody a chance to talk to some of the people who have been involved in different aspects of building the car. We're going to have Johan, who's the project manager for the car, sitting with Anders, who's heading up the engineering, and myself, Gretchen and Mike, and, of course, Anna and Quinn. How do we literally drive it out of the factory, production floor, and let's put it straight to use, let's get it right on the road. So that was the kind of genesis of the idea. Let's just head west and stop where we're going to stop. And we're off, as the saying goes. We are off. First couple of miles on the road. Most people, you know, a lot of life in the US is lived in the smaller towns and villages, as it is in a lot of countries. I don't get to see that side of America. We have a fantastic sound system in the EX90, and we've cranked that. It will be in the car with different people, so we're going to get a little bit of variations. Some good, some bad, I guess, but all of it will sound good.
Okay, so my next song is one that has Volvo in the lyrics.
No, I know it as soon as you're going to play it, and it's going to really bother me.
Any guesses?
It's going to really bother me.
No, none whatsoever.
Okay. The Lumineers, Angela.
The Lumineers, is it?
That's it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it!
I knew you knew it, too.
Featured in Breaking Bad.
Oh, I got the lyric right there.
In your Volvo lights lit up green and white with the cities on the signs, but you held your course to some distant war in the corners of your mind. From the second time around, the only love I ever found, oh Angela, it's a long time coming. Hold it last.
Great place to stop over for the night. About 320 miles in on our new ride, Sandy, who Gretchen gets the naming rights for. Some fantastic conversations today in the car. Stunning scenery. I mean, you can see it out here. Now I know why they call it the Smoky Mountains. Some solid driving, some fantastic music choices. And that, my friends, is going to close an excellent first day on the road in our great east-west adventure. I think it's pretty good. I could drink this. Sandy got charged up overnight, so
Great.
hopefully...
She's raring to go. I hope everybody has their soundtrack picks queued up for today.
Oh, man,
that was a
be...
fun part of yesterday.
Yeah.
I travel more in this job than I have in past roles.
Yeah.
And my kids are small, 7, 5, and 1. And I just try to be really present wherever I am.
It's not easy. It is not easy.
How do you solve the work-life balance equation? Sometimes this whole piece around, oh, it must be really hard if you're a CEO, and the pressures and stuff, I think that's complete bullshit, to be honest. I've had pressures where I've not been able, we lived paycheck to paycheck. And the pressures when you've got a young family and a mortgage and you're living paycheck to paycheck, I have tremendous admiration for people who do that for decades.
Tell me a little bit about how you think about the launch of the first car here, PV444, all the way to the EX90.
I think at the time the 444 was exactly that moment in time for a European brand to bring something different. And I think we brought something very European, and we continued to do that. And I think the EX90 is become a bit of a poster child for that in the modern age. But this is definitely a good first step in that next generation, or let's call it Volvo US 2.0. We're in a lower, hard-to-find bar in Nashville. The place is packed, jammed Monday night. And who do we bump into? But Anders Bell, our head of engineering, and Johan Tors, the head of program for the EX90. So these are the guys that's going to take it forward for the next day or so. So we do the handover officially tonight. West Coast, it's going to be a very different vibe, because then we go from the road trip, basically driving the car, understanding the car, enjoying the car, and then we go right into giving that then to our customers. What do you guys think? It's been a fantastic 2 days. It's been early mornings, it's been late nights, it's been a lot of driving, but man, it's been a lot of fun. It has been a lot of fun. So with that, we're going to hand over to Anders and Johan Tors, and we'll see how their conversation goes. We're off to meet Austin Russell, CEO of Luminar Technologies, to deliver the EX90 and take it for a test drive. Hey!
Good to see you, man.
Hi, good to see you, good to see you.
How was the road trip?
The road trip was great.
Yeah.
We travelled a long way in this car. Hey, before we jump in for a drive, let's do a quick tour. Of course, right front and centre, you see Luminar LiDAR system. Right,
there you go.
Right at the top.
Great
These are the aero wheels, so these actually extend the range that you
yeah.
get, just the way in which it's been designed.
Wow.
Okay, let's take it for a drive.
Let's do it.
You've just behind the wheel. It's a couple of minutes. But what's your first impressions?
No, it's incredible. I mean, it's super quiet. Also, just the ride quality is really strong. LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging. It's using lasers, to send out light into the environment to measure the exact distance to how far away different objects are. And in our case, down to centimeter level precision, all the way out to 250 meters and beyond. This is the first global production vehicle with this kind of technology and the LiDAR on it, so it's awesome to see it out on the road here. Such a proud moment after a decade leading up to it.
So we're currently in Oklahoma City, driving to Albuquerque.
Albuquerque today.
Yeah.
Talk to me what it's like to be a Swede in America.
Everybody thinks you're from Switzerland. So
That's actually true.
we have 310 miles of range in the car. We just topped it up this morning, so it's going to be fantastic.
the ride, I think, is probably one of the best attributes with the car.
It's like sliding into your best slippers at home.
It's a flying carpet.
It's a flying carpet.
So we just passed the border to Texas, and that makes us basically officially halfway to the West Coast.
Extremely flat. I mean, imagine being like passionate downhill skier living here. That's a bummer.
I'm so sorry, but I'm just trying to do the parking maneuver. Look at that nobody. And I'm not even centered in my parking spot.
No, that's fine.
What
That's
an
fine.
amateur. Hey Google, how many grains of sand are there on the Earth?
On the website geeksforgeeks.org, they say, Answer. Scientists estimate that the Earth contains 7.5 sextillion sand grains.
Was a geeky question, Johan.
It was. I'm so sorry.
So today we're heading off to Google to deliver the EX90 to Rick Osterloh, the SVP of Platform and Devices at Google.
Hey, Jim.
Hey,
How are you? Long trip,
How
huh?
are you? Yeah, long trip.
All
long
the way
trip. Good
from
to see
South
you.
Carolina?
Now we're here at the Google
Oh,
campus.
this is great. I'm glad you made it.
So what do you think, eh?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Shall we go for a drive?
Sure, let's do
Let's
it.
do it, yeah.
All right.
Part of this whole experience has been we wanted to prove you can easily drive an electric car across the whole of America.
yeah.
So let's take it from the factory and let's end up on the West Coast. And of course, the assistance that you need with that is charging stations. The Google Assistant in that sense was fantastic.
This is like everything I love, you know, all the newest technology, something that's like really important in a person's lives, and the ability for us to try to help with our services to your consumers is just so great, so great.
Oh my God. Look at this place.
Look at the police car. Thankfully, we had a very light breakfast today and very early.
So now we can actually go bananas on a proper tomahawk steak. Look at this place. Have you seen? It's incredible.
I have something for you guys.
Look at this.
It's amazing to have people from Switzerland here.
From previous experiences on escapades that I did when I was younger, I treated the journey as more of a marathon to get to the end of it. And that was a big mistake because when it's over with, it's over with. This is a song I wrote. The ghost of Pancho Villa rides the desert wind tonight. You can feel his presence in the absence of the light. The moon is safely hiding somewhere out of sight. The ghost of Pancho Villa rides the desert wind tonight.
We are in Albuquerque, and what we had as a treat this morning was that Anna just joined us.
UX manager, so we work with the user experience inside the car, which is like screens, buttons, to understand how a user will get a better experience within that function. First time for me here in New Mexico, so looking forward.
Hey Google, what is Albuquerque known for?
Albuquerque is known for Sandia Mountains, Chili's, hot air balloons, Route 66, and casinos.
All right. What's not to like?
We are going to Gallup. I think that would be super nice to see, like the desert. And I love cactus, so I hope we see some nice cactus.
Making a stop here at Richardson's Trading Company. I'm still looking for a hat. Maybe this is where I find it.
I'm on cowboy shoes, I think.
Ah, boots. I think you mean boots.
Boots. Oh my God. Look at this.
Hey Jim, me and Anna and Johan are here. We were started in Albuquerque. Now we're in Gallup, New Mexico, and checking out this fantastic trading post. How about you?
I am in San Diego. We're just going to go see the Qualcomm guys.
Okay, so we are about 5 minutes from Qualcomm and great partner to Volvo.
Hey. Jim, welcome to Qualcomm. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, yes. This is beautiful. It's really nice.
Want to jump in?
Yeah. Let's go do it.
There are very few companies that actually have the capability of translating all this computing power into a great experience when you are behind the wheel. You have to understand the experience behind the wheel, and I can see that a lot in how you designed this. And you do that with a very clean and interior, like the computing is not overwhelming, having to the driver.
And the 4 pillars that the business is built on: safety, sustainability, human-centric tech, and Scandinavian design. And this, I think, is a great example of that whole thing coming together.
We believe the car is a new computing space. Like you have your phone, like you have your laptop, your PC. This is a new computing space, and you guys really bring that vision into reality.
All right, welcome to Arizona.
I haven't seen cactus yet.
Yeah.
But I think
I
it's
can do
beautiful.
one for you. Yeah. We'll find you some cactus. I promise. The legendary Route 66, built around the American automobile and the freedom to just roam and go wherever you want to.
In a safe and sustainable and personal way.
Well done, Johan, Mr. Corporate. Fantastic morning. We have a full pack of charge. We have 400 miles to Bishop. We have half full cups of coffee. It's morning and we're wearing sunglasses. So I'll say, let's hit it.
They smell perfume.
We're one of the very few car companies in the world that has harnessed core compute architecture, and that's meaningful. And they've talked about electrification. That's the tip of the iceberg. The much more profound change that's happening in the auto industry is software, silicon, connectivity, and data.
Hey, how are you? Oh, good to see you. Welcome to NVIDIA.
And now we brought this guy here as well.
I know, this is such a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, powered by NVIDIA technology and the core computer architecture.
We are very proud to be a partner.
Yeah, us too. It's been great. It's been a long journey. We've been together now for almost a decade.
Almost a decade, absolutely. It's amazing.
But I think when you drive the car, you'll agree it's been worthwhile.
Cannot wait for that.
Shall we go for a drive?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
I think being able to upgrade the software in a central computer is so important. It just sort of shifts what the vehicle is, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just, let's say, I would say stagnant hardware, it's becoming a hardware with evolving capabilities. It's making the car much more interesting.
It used to be that the best a car was ever going to be was the day you bought it.
That's
now,
right. Yes.
And now that completely changes the whole, the whole equation.
We are on our way to Bishop for camping. I'm leaving tomorrow morning after the camping, which is sad. I hate to leave the camaraderie we developed.
I'm looking forward to meeting Quinn because maybe he will be my friend, not like these two. We just raise a bit the car so we can go through all the boulders, so everything will be perfect and the car will be able to make it all the way to the top.
Hey, welcome. Hey. Good to see you. Good to see you.
We just got Quinn, finally. We were looking so much forward to have him, and we will be camping all together now.
Finally got it set up.
It was a bit difficult.
But we got it. Teamwork make the dream work.
So we're driving a PV444. And the reason that we're driving that today is because this is the first car that we actually brought into the US almost 70 years ago now. And it really became the forerunner for everything that follows. You know, it was seen as something which was well built, well engineered, and of course safe. It feels like we're in a real pivot point here between the past and a 444, between the EX90, the present, and then probably the most exciting thing is the future and what's yet to come.
Respect for the natural world is important because I want my kids to be able, to see this in their future when they go out to travel. We're gonna drive down to Lake Tahoe, yep, and then we're gonna drive down to San Francisco. So, a lot of driving. Taking road trips like this, it helps you wind down. In life, you get built up with stress from anything, from family, kids, job. When you take a step from, what's stressing you out, it clears your head so you can come back and do that job. We just got to Lake Tahoe. The drive down here was remarkable. Sightseeing, seeing beautiful landscape.
All this work, it becomes a kind of seminal moment. Literally, it's thousands of people, tens of thousands of hours, suppliers, manufacturing, supply chain teams, marketing, everything gets put into this moment whereby this is the first time we're actually going to sell this car to the first member of the public, if you will.
We love our problems. We try to find problems so we can solve them together and debate and discuss and argue and look at data and do experiments.
For me, it has been like an amazing journey. I've grown a lot with the car. It's not only the car that has grown, but also myself. And yeah, I'm proud of what we have achieved.
Volvo is family. Volvo is safety.
Volvo is a company that is completely steeped in its heritage.
Part of this whole experience has been to prove that you can drive an electric car across America.
Hey guys, you made it. Welcome to Ocean Beach and the iconic PV444. A symbol of our history here in the US. What an amazing adventure we've shared. Charleston to California. One for the Volvo history books. Let's share the moments with everyone who worked so hard on the EX90 Jim.
I guess I'm just here, but I'm representing everybody that's back in the plant. It's thousands of people that's putting in the hard work, the dedication, the sweat and drive to produce this car.
It doesn't matter which way the wind is blowing, how hard the wind is blowing. It's how you set your sail into that wind and the decisions that we make as people, as individuals, and as companies that determines our end destination.
In your Volvo lights lit up green and white with the cities on the signs. But you held your course to some distant war in the corners of your mind. From the second time